Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Did It Work? My name's Nina, and today I'm going to be making sweet potato bread. This recipe is from Emeril Lagasse's cookbook, Real and Rustic, and it's on page 293 for those of you that want to cook along with me. I'm excited about this because I've never had it before. I actually never heard of it until a friend of mine from back home asked me to make it. So this is for you, Gary. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I need, get my yeast together. In a bowl, I am going to be mixing a half a cup of water that is about 110 degrees. I had my thermometer and I was measuring it. My yeast, 2 packages of yeast into a mixing bowl. Get my baby spatula, give this a quick stir. Dissolved the yeast in the water that was 110 degrees. And now I'm going to add the sugar, the salt, pepper, and the melted 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to mix this up really well. And then I'm going to let it sit for 15 minutes and let that yeast come alive. I'll see you back in 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes and I've let my yeast bloom. Now the next instructions is to add the eggs and the sweet potato. So I baked my sweet potato. If you have the cookbook, if you go to page 255, it tells you how to bake a sweet potato. What you're going to do is get a sweet potato, wash it in the sink, put the oven on 400, bake it for 15 minutes, turn the oven down to 375 and bake it for 45 minutes. Do not poke holes in it, put oil on it, wrap in aluminum foil, and you get the perfect baked potato. And I just used my fork to mash it up, and now I'm putting it in here. Okay, I'm going to get a whisk. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit, get that sweet potato incorporated in this. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am a little bit nervous about making the sweet potato bread because I normally make bread that requires yeast in my bread maker. I gave my bread maker to Lexi when I moved to California. So I don't have my bread maker, not to mention this didn't tell me to use my bread maker. So I probably wouldn't have used it anyway since I am doing the recipe out of a book. But I'm very nervous about whether or not I bloom the yeast properly. Yeast is a living organism is what I'm going to call it. So you can kill it if the water's too hot, if the water's too cold. So I'm hoping it didn't die. Okay, so I've added my egg, sweet potato. I mixed that up together. And now I'm going to add my flour and I'm going to add it a half a cup at a time. Now, this is a quarter of a cup, so I'm going to add 2 of these at a time. Work with my hands. So we're gotta get messy and I love it. Work with your hands until the flour is incorporated and the mixture comes away from the sides. See, I'm just kind of mixing it up. I also have a KitchenAid that has a dough attachment on it. If I do make this again, I will be using that. I have not bought another bread maker yet, and I haven't decided if I'm going to buy one. It is handy for being at home with my kids because I'm making bigger meals, but just for me, I think I could probably do it with just the KitchenAid and doing it that way. So I'm just incorporating it. So this is a cup and a half. And I'm just going to keep on until this starts coming off of the sides. See, I have my KU gear on, right? I went to a local bar, and watched the game with my cousin Aldra because she really likes football as well. She watches a lot of college ball too. So we did that, and they played Colorado. And if anybody knows, KU is not known for having the best football program. We have been struggling. But I'm a diehard. Whether we win or lose, I'm a diehard fan. We played great. Oh my gosh. It was some good football. We looked good. We won. And that was our 3rd straight win against a ranked team. And we actually made history because we are the only college football team that has a losing record. Yes, we have a losing record a lot, but won 3 straight games against ranked teams. So I was very proud of my Jayhawks. So, Rock Chalk, I will be back after I get this incorporate it and it starts coming off the sides. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, as you can see, this is starting to come off of the sides of the bowl and it's starting to look like dough versus a batter mixture. So I'm going to keep on going until it feels a little bit less sticky because I still have quite a bit of flour left. And for it to look like the dough that I want, they believe that I should only have about a tablespoon of flour left, and I still have about a half a cup. So I'm going to just incorporate this a little bit slower now, just so that I can make sure that I'm getting the flour incorporated into the dough as I'm mixing. Okay, look at this. This looks like dough. It is completely from the sides. As you can tell, my fingers don't have nearly as much dough on them. And just sprinkling a little bit of flour, I can roll it off. Do notice I did keep one hand kind of clean, dough-free clean. I do have flour on there, but that's okay. Form the dough into a ball and then sprinkle the dough with the remaining 1 tablespoon of flour. So I probably have a little bit more than 1 tablespoon, but I'm going to go ahead and this is how much I had left. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that on there. I didn't use it all. Next, place the dough in a lightly oiled bowl. Let me get my bowl. My bowl that I have already lightly oiled, turning it to oil all sides. So my dough, it is still sprinkled with flour, and I'm turning it to coat it on all sides. You can clearly see it was white. Now it's not. Got my ball, little specks of pepper in there. Looks good. Cover with a clean cloth and let rise until it doubles in size, so about an hour and a half. It has been an hour and a half, and let's see if my dough doubled in size. It did, because if you remember, it was about this big. So let's figure out what our next instructions are. So I get to punch the dough down, roll it into an oval. Let's get our fist ready. You ready? Woo, that was satisfying. Okay, then I'm going to roll it into an oval loaf. So I'm going to just do it on the counter. About an oval loaf, about 8 by 3 inches. I'm going to say this is about 8 by 3 inches. Place the loaf in the center of a lightly oiled baking pan. All right. Let's place it in the center. Here it is. Cover. Got my same cover. And let rise until it doubles in size for about 45 minutes. So, see the size of this now? Hopefully in 45 minutes, it's got to be double that. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes and my timer has gone off. Let's see what our bread looks like. That looks good. It definitely doubled. Next instructions is to bake for about 40 minutes on 350 until golden brown. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so the last step in this is to remove the baking sheet from the oven and transfer the loaf to a wire rack to cool until just slightly warm. Okay, I'm going to get my big fish spatula. Easily slides under there because I lightly greased my pan. Transfer it onto my wire rack. I have never had sweet potato bread, and I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but this smells amazing. So let's see how this is. I don't have patience. I love my bread hot, so I'm going to slice this, put some butter on it, and we're going to taste it. That slices so well. Oh my gosh. I do have some butter that I left out to room temperature that I'm going to put on it as well. Look at that color. Look at this bread. Look, squishy inside. Bottom is perfect. All right, I should try this first without butter just to give you the taste of it without butter. So let's do that try first. Now, I like eating the ends of bread. A lot of people would have went to the middle, not me. Here we go. I don't know what to say. This tastes like bread. Does not have a heavy sweet potato taste to it like I expected it to. The freshly ground black pepper, I taste a little flecks of it in there. So that is interesting. This, oh my gosh, this is great. Let me try it with butter on it. I will definitely make this again. Don't even know if I would use my KitchenAid because this was so easy to make without hauling that out. Oh my gosh. Butter on that and keep on tasting. So I got some butter on here and I'm gonna take a bite. This is wonderful. This will be a wonderful bread substitute for Thanksgiving versus dinner rolls. Instead of making a loaf, put them in small balls and put them in your cupcake muffin tins. Let them proof for that 40 minutes, that last 40 minutes, and bake them. You've got beautiful dinner rolls that are sweet potato. It is not too sweet potato. Okay, that wasn't a word, but we're going to go with it. People that don't like sweet potatoes, I think would still like this. It does not scream sweet potato, but the bread, try this. This was nice, simple. The yeast worked for me. I didn't mess it up. I was really afraid of that. This is a plus. I love this. I hope you try it. This was wonderful. As always, love with your heart, cook with your soul. My name is Nina. Until next time.